Hey everybody, what's going on here? I finally got my phone to record, so I hope the audio quality is at least decent enough to listen to. I know sometimes it quite isn't, and my phone's a piece of crap. Um, we're gonna go through our Week 6 NFL picks here against the spread. Honestly, there's a couple I would stay away from. I don't like the line right now as of Thursday morning as I'm making this video, but we'll get to those when we get there. We went 8-6 last week. So hopefully we do a little better this week. I don't actually bet money on these. I just give my opinion, and then people can do what they want with them. I'm not an expert or anything. But last week we went 8-6, and I think we would have won some money if we would have put some money on the line. Sorry, once again, the camera is on this side, and I'm over here, so I'm trying to look at myself and do this at the same time. So first up, we got the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry, I'm looking at my paper I got between my legs here. The Kansas City Chiefs are favored by 10.5. I think Denver will make it a game. I know the last couple of games Denver has played some pretty decent football, and they put themselves in situations to win the game, and unfortunately they fumble or throw an interception, something like that, and they end up not doing it. I think they will play with Kansas City, surprisingly. The first half, maybe up to 3/4, and I think Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City and the Swifties will run away with it. So I am going to take the Kansas City Chiefs here at minus 10.5. We'll see how that one goes. Like I said, I can see Denver playing with them for the first 3/4, first half, and then Kansas City will run away with it. Next up, we got the next London game, which I believe is in London. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans. The Ravens are favored by 4 right now, so Baltimore minus 4. Baltimore didn't have a great week last week. Came out pretty slow. Lost to the Steelers 17-10. I think they're going to have a pretty big bounce back game. But unless they've learned from the Bills, I'm not picking on the Bills or anything. Jet lag is a thing. And I'm thinking since this game is in London, at least I hope it is. I'm saying this the entire time. I think they're going to... Sorry, I'm having heartburn. They are going to come out slow. Both teams are. In the second half, look for things to really start happening. But I'm going to take Baltimore at minus 4 here. I could see Tennessee winning this game. This is kind of one I'd probably stay away from. I could see it going either way. You never know what Ravens are going to show up. But I am going to take Baltimore at minus 4 here. If you could do money line, I would probably pick with money line, and I'd stick with Baltimore. Next up, I don't know how the spread is this low. It is San Francisco at the Cleveland Browns, and the 49ers are favored by 6.5. Give me the 49ers all day. They looked amazing on Sunday. They looked amazing this last couple weeks. Actually, this entire NFL season, they've looked amazing. Really, I don't see... There's a 3-game stretch where the 49ers play the Seahawks, Eagles, Seahawks. That's really, to me, that's their only chance of losing a game is with one of those 3. Maybe they might lose 3 out of 3 on there. But to me, that's their only option to lose a game. You may see the 49ers go 17-0. I'm not saying they are, but if they did, you heard it here first. But I am going to take the 49ers here at minus 6.5. I believe they're going to blow Cleveland out of the water. Cleveland doesn't really have anything going for them right now. I know they got Myles Garrett and everything. But that's one person, and he ain't score points for you unless he gets a strip sack fumble. Interception return for a touchdown. Give me the 49ers at minus 6.5. Next up, we have the Washington Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons. This is one I would kind of stay away from. I don't really know much about these teams. They look decent one week, and the next week they look like what everybody says they look like garbage. But the Atlanta is favored by 2.5 right now. But give me Washington Commanders at plus 2.5 here. I like Sam Howell. I like what he's doing in Washington. They just need some more help. And I think eventually they'll get there. But give me Sam Howell and the Washington Commanders at plus 2.5 here. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored at 13.5 right now. That is a lot, I know. But Panthers haven't won a game. Dolphins are in Miami. Tua kind of had a bad week last week. It wasn't necessarily terrible, but it wasn't necessarily great either. Look for him to bounce back. Look for Tyreek to keep going. I know Devon Achane is out for a couple weeks with a knee injury, but I believe Jeff Wilson is coming back. If not, look for Mozart to get a lot of carries. If not, look pass heavy this week, and I think the Miami Dolphins blow the Carolina Panthers out of the water here. So give me the Miami Dolphins at minus 13.5. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. Cody, if you ever watch these videos, I'm with you on here. Dog, bear down, bear down. Minnesota is favored by 2.5. But Justin Jefferson just went on injured reserve. Kirk Cousins, I know he's still Kirk Cochain's dog, but give me Chicago Bears. I like what they're doing the last 2 weeks, and I think they might be hitting their stride. I still don't think they'll be a great football team at the end of the season with their record, but they are improving. So give me the Chicago Bears at plus 2.5 here. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sorry, I couldn't read my own handwriting. We got Gardner Minshew mania here. Jacksonville is favored by 4.5. Trevor Lawrence hasn't been playing superb. He's made his throws when he's had to, but he's also looked bad at some points. I don't think the Colts... I don't want to say anything bad about Minshew, because anytime he's in, it seems to be doing really good. But give me the Jacksonville Jaguars here at minus 4.5. I just kind of like the things they're doing. I'm thinking the Jags are going to be the team coming up in the future. Same thing with the Colts with Anthony Richardson when he gets healthy. Hopefully he stays healthy. I know he's out for, I think it said like 4 to 6 weeks maybe. So I'm hoping he comes back healthy. They got Jonathan Taylor. Look for him to have a big role. I think his name is Zach Moss. He had a good game last week. I'm interested to see what they are going to do with Jonathan Taylor, and I think it's Zach Moss. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong or I'm using the wrong name, but I know it's Moss. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints at the Houston Texans. This is another one that I personally don't like. Right now, New Orleans is favored by 1.5. If I were anybody betting here, I would probably just go money line. I wouldn't go spread. But since we are going off the spread on this video, I am going to take the Houston Texans here at plus 1.5. I like what CJ Stroud is doing. I like what their head coach is doing down there. I think he's got those guys on the right track. I still don't think, like the Bears, I don't think they'll have a great record at the end of the season. But they'll put themselves in chances to win some ball games. And I think in the next coming future, that AFC South division, it's going to be a good one. It's just going to take a couple years for everybody to get there. But give me the Houston Texans at plus 1.5 here. Next up, I think this is probably the game of the week. Could be it, potentially, is the Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals look like they're back. Cincy is favored by 3 right now, so minus 3 for Cincy. This one, I don't know. We've only had really 1 week of Joe Burrow being Joe Burrow. And Jamar Chase went off last week. He was unbelievable. Look for him to probably do the same again. Maybe Seattle will game plan and try and shut him down. But look, I don't know. Since he's only favored by 3, but give me Seattle at plus 3. I like what Seattle's doing. Kenneth Walker, he's on my fantasy team, so this is another big reason I'm picking him. I think Kenneth Walker is going to go off. Hopefully Geno does as well. That Cincy defense has still got some question marks for me. I really don't have question marks about their offense. They got the weapons on paper to do everything. But give me the Seattle Seahawks here at plus 3.5. Sorry, I'm holding my phone at the same time, so this is a little awkward. Next up, this one I think is just a for sure. New England Patriots at the Las Vegas Raiders. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders at minus 3, which what the spread is right now. New England is just, they look like trash. No offense to Bill Belichick. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time. But I don't think Mac Jones is the answer. Ramondre Stevenson hasn't quite done anything this year. He's on my fantasy team too. He's been on the bench the last 2 weeks. That New England team's just bad. I'm thinking they're in the process now of, I don't want to say Bill's going to get fired. But I think this is Bill's last year in New England, and maybe they are going to try and tank for Caleb Williams. I think he'd be a good fit there. He'd be a person to kind of bring them back to what they used to be. But give me the Las Vegas Raiders here at minus 3. Next up, we got MCDC, the Detroit Lions at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know how the line is like this right now, but it's Detroit at minus 3. Give me the Lions at minus 3. I think they're going to win by 10 or more. I'd probably say 10 to 14 or so. Chance for the Detroit Lions to move to, I believe 5-1. I'm excited for this Detroit Lion team throughout the season. Hopefully they stay healthy and stay on the roll, and they can make the playoffs, because I will be rooting for them in the NFC side of the playoffs if they make it. I would love to see the Detroit Lions play for a Super Bowl, if not at least play for an NFC championship. I think that would be great. And you never know. what could happen in a game. Which I try and tell people all the time. I know it's the cliche thing, but it's any given Sunday. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to suit up. You never know if someone's going to fumble right then and there. If you put your face mask on the ball, throw a bad ball, get a pick, get some points off of it. You never know, and we'll just see how the season plays out for them. I'm hoping it does really good, but give me the Detroit Lions at -3 here. Only a couple more here. We got the Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. Pacheco and Cooper Kupp are back with Matthew Stafford. Rams are favored at -7 right now. James Conner for the Cardinals went down here, RB1, and I believe a couple question marks on their defense as well. So give me the Rams here at -7. This is another one I would really kind of stay away from. I don't really know too much about these teams other than what I see in the headlines, and that's about it. I don't think either team at the end of the season is going to say they're a playoff team. The Rams may have a chance for one, but for right now, they're middle of the road teams for me. But give me the Rams here at -7, and we'll just see how we do here. Honestly, I'd go money line. I'd pick the Rams. I'd stay away from the spread. But we're going against the spread in the video, like I said before, so we got to pick a team. Next up, we got the Eagles at the Jets. I don't know how this one is either. Philadelphia at -7 right now. I'm going to take Philadelphia Eagles at -7 against the Jets. I like what the Jets are doing. I think they're on the right track. I think Zach Wilson is finally finding his stride in the NFL. But they're the Philadelphia Eagles. And they're only favored by 7. I think it's going to be 10 or more. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles at -7 here. That leads us into our, once again, crappy primetime game again tonight. Or not tonight, Sunday night. It is the New York Giants at the Buffalo Bills. And I know when the NFL made this schedule, they probably assumed the Giants would be a little bit better than what they are. But to me, this is a game they should have flexed out. The Giants are just, they're god-awful. Daniel Jones is out. Saquon probably may play this weekend. He's been back a little bit at practicing. But most of that Giants team is out, and that Buffalo team's hungry to try and, I don't want to say prove some people wrong, but shut up some of the doubters. Buffalo is favored by 14 here. I'm going to take Buffalo Bills at -14. I think we're going to see another Sunday night blowout. So hopefully the NFL learns after this that we need to get some good games on Sunday night. Tired of these blowouts. Tired of them. I hope it ends up being a good game, especially since I'm a Fins fan. I really need the Bills to lose so the Dolphins can gain a game. But we are going to take the Buffalo Bills at -14 here. And NFL, if you ever watch this, or anybody in the NFL ever watches this, get these crappy games off Sunday night. We do not want them as NFL fans. And that leads us to our final game on Monday night. It is the Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Chargers. The Dallas Cowboys are favored for... I can't even talk right now. Dallas is favored by 2.5 right now. As much as I want to say the Cowboys are going to have a bounce-back game, because I know they're America's team, and everybody loves the Cowboys. They're just a team I cannot stand, and I don't want to say it's the team I cannot stand. It is mostly the fan base I cannot stand, because every year, we them boys. No, you ain't them boys. You ain't them boys this year. Your defense is kind of struggling. I know Micah Parsons is a dog, but he can't be everything. Dak's got to do something, and maybe this is the game Dak does something and kind of shuts all those doubters up again. But I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers here at +2.5. I honestly see the Los Angeles Chargers winning this game, just because I have no faith in the Cowboys. We found out last week on Sunday night they're frauds. To me, this is my opinion. This is not real. This is not like what it is set in stone in the NFL based on what I say. But last Sunday when they played the 49ers, they looked awful, and I think that's who the real Dallas Cowboys are. Once they play some middle-of-the-road teams, that's when they really shine, or play below 500 teams, that's when they really start going out and scoring all these points and everything. So as long as Justin Herbert can limit his turnovers and limit the entire offense's turnovers, I think the Chargers will be okay, and they'll have no problem handling Dallas in Los Angeles. So give me the Los Angeles Chargers at plus 2.5. So we'll just run through again real quick, just in case anybody ever fast forwards to the end here and just wants to hear the end. So first we got the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at minus 10.5. And I'm going on off all these spreads, what they are Thursday morning, so these could change. So don't think I'm just making up some numbers here. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Baltimore Ravens at minus 4. Next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. Give me the 49ers at minus 6.5. Washington Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons. Give me the Commanders at plus 2.5. The Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins at minus 13.5. Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. Bear down. We're going the Chicago Bears plus 2.5. Next up, the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars at minus 4.5. Next up, the New Orleans Saints at the Houston Texans. This one I would stay away from, but give me the Texans at plus 1.5. I kind of like the things they're doing down there. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati is favored by 3, but give me Seattle Seahawks plus 3. Next up, New England Patriots at the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders at minus 3. Next up, the Lions at Tampa Bay. Give me the Lions at minus 3. Then we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. This is another one I'd probably stay away from. Give me the Rams at minus 7. That leads us to the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. Give me Philly minus 7. Sunday night, once again, another crappy primetime game. We got the New York Giants at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 14. Give me them. Give me the Bills. I think they're going to just destroy them. And that leads us lastly to our Monday night game, which is the Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Chargers. Give me the Chargers at plus 2.5, and hopefully we do a little better than we did last week. I know we're still above 500, but we're looking to maybe only have a couple losses. That's the thing I love about the NFL. You never know what's going to happen. It's, once again, the cliche, any given Sunday. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Weekend Vibes in B-Town. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, the X, I keep calling it, I'm going to call it Twitter, X, Facebook, everything like that. Go check out our other videos. Leave a comment and let me know your opinions down below to see what you guys really think about these games. I love hearing them if anybody wants to comment. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys all next time.